Hi, on the Woodpecker today, we're finishing the walls. If you don't look closely at the walls, you'll think that they are finished, but it's not the case. Now I must finish the bottom of all the walls before there's too much stuff in front of them. Okay, it's already too late for the east wall. The bottom of the walls will be done with 2 planks, one with a rabbet. To hold the joint in place while I glue it, I put some dominoes in the rabbet. I begin by getting all the planks I have left from building the walls. Then I sort them by width. But since I don't have enough wide ones, I decide for the small room to glue 2 narrow planks together. To do so, I mark the placement of the dominoes mortises and make them. I just need to glue them together. The dominoes just keep both planks aligned while the glue dries. Then I clamp it out. Now I can make the rabbet on the planks that need one. Since I want dominoes there too, I mark their placement and make the mortises. Some mortises are made with my small domino machine, and the rest is done with the big one. This way, I don't need to change the height setting. This occurs because of the height of the rabbet, which adds height to the edge of the planks. Then I glue them together. Smaller planks like those two are quite manageable to move somewhere else to dry, because there are not too many clamps, but for the 16-foot long ones, this is another story. I just leave them on the workbench to dry. The next morning the glue is dry and we sand all our glue up. René uses the orbital sander while I use the band sander. But I finish the job with René's sander. The rabbet leaves a really noticeable line on top of a sharp corner. To fix this, I route a chamfer on the edge of the plank. Just by looking at it, you can clearly see that the rabbet's line has almost disappeared. I just need to finish the chamfer. I decide to begin with the small room. So, if it does not work as planned, it won't be in my face all the time. But before measuring and cutting wood, I cut strips of styrofoam. Okay, after a couple, I get better at cutting it. Then I lay the strips on top of the concrete. Then I can measure the height, the width, and repeat. Next, I cut it to the right length. With the scrap piece from the cut, I measure the notch and cut it with the jigsaw. Then, with the piece itself, I mark the corner notch and cut it. Then, I can put it in place. I do mostly the same thing for the other piece of that room. When all the cuts are done, we can try the fit. Next, we can begin to work on the other walls. This is one of the big advantages of my new shop. I can rip a 16 feet board or almost 9 meters. The only thing I have to do is to put a coat on, open the front doors, and rip it to it. When I'm done, I quickly close the door because it's cold outside. Then the cuts are fairly similar to the ones I already showed. But on the long exterior walls, I have to mark and cut out the shape of the posts. Then we try it in place. But until now, all the bottom of the walls are just laying on the floor. I need to fix them in place. To do so, I screw a piece of wood between the styrofoam sheets. Then we can take a wall's bottom, position it, and screw it in place. After several days, all the bottom of my walls are covered in wood. But we need to wait after our workday to spread the first coat of varnish. And nope, this isn't in the afternoon. René starts in one corner, while I'm in the other corner. After a while, we're varnishing side by side. It wasn't that long to varnish all the bottom of the walls. The next morning, the varnish is dry and we can give the second coat. And this is what my wall looks like now. It's way better than it was before, but I'm not kidding myself. When all those tools will go back to their place, I will barely be able to see the walls. There it is. My walls are all finished. I have more things to do before I can call it quits, but this will be in more episodes of the Woodpecker.